This one has been getting a lot of accolades since its release, including a slew of Emmy nominations, and a second and third season are already in the works. Let's talk about Three Body Problem. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for Netflix's Three Body Problem. This has been a very popular show this year. It's garnered some Emmy nominations. Obviously, like I mentioned, the second and third season are already happening, so that is official. And this is all based on a very, very heady book called Remembrance of Earth's Past, written by a former computer engineer. It's already been turned into a couple of different things in the media. I think they were both mini-series, if I'm not mistaken, but they were in Mandarin. So this is sort of the Americanized version. However, it is still partially in Mandarin. It's a little bit of a mix. Netflix obviously does not shy away from the foreign language stuff, so this is like partially in English, partially still in Mandarin as well. But look, we'll get into the specifics here of all of this in a second. First, let me welcome you back to Dan Reviews It. If you're one of my subscribers already, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're not one of my subscribers, please consider doing so and click that notification bell as well, so you get the alerts for all my new drops. Or just like this video, comment below. All that stuff, of course, helps the channel out tremendously. All right, so this is about... it's about a lot of things, really, but at its core is this gal, Yi, who is a Chinese astrophysicist. She's played by Rosalind Zhao, and she runs into trouble with some authorities after witnessing her father's death during the Cultural Revolution. And she's sent to this military base during the Cold War due to her scientific background, and they are trying to beat other countries to first contact with aliens. And so while she's there, she makes some choices that impact the future, including in present day London. So that's, sort of the English portion of the show. And she meets up with a group called the Oxford Five, who, you know what, that's all I'll even say about that, because there's so many things going on here, there's so many plots sort of converging, and yes, we've got time jumps too, because we have the 70s, we have the present day, there's some other things as well. So other than Zhao, you've got Jovan Adepo, who is a research assistant. He's one of the members of the Oxford Five, another member played by John Bradley, who is an entrepreneur. And then some people you may definitely recognize from a lot of different things over the years. Benedict Wong and Jonathan Pryce are here as well. And Jonathan Pryce plays a friend of Yi's since the 60s, who kind of shares her views on humanity and, what should be happening with them. So, yeah, look, this comes from a very, very heady book. Not that I've read it, but from what I understand. So this had to be... really kind of dumbed down, for lack of a better term, so the average viewer can watch this. But I think it is still kind of a tough watch. And by tough, I mean you really, really have to pay attention to what is going on. This is not the kind of show where you want to be doing multiple different things, looking at your phone or, folding the laundry or whatever. No, focus on the show. And I actually had to rewatch the first part of the first episode, the first, I don't know, maybe 20 or 25 minutes over again, because after a little bit, I was so lost. I was like, I'm not sure if I could really even review this, because I don't know what's happening at all. I'm so confused about the characters and whatever. So I rewatched it. I still was kind of like, all right, I'm not sure I'm quite getting this. Let's keep watching and hope that some things emerge that maybe, put some pieces in place or start making sense. And it does start doing that. I've gone through 3 episodes so far of I want to say is there 10 total for this one? Or 8? There are 8 in season 1. Okay, so I'm almost halfway through. And things are definitely starting to kind of pop into place, come together. I would say by the second episode, I was like, okay, I'm dialed in now. I understand most of what's happening. This is definitely a show to focus on. The plot The themes, that is, I think, what people should be coming for. The dialogue is one of the weaker elements, actually. And I don't mean because it's so dense, which it is in some places, but it's more that people just aren't necessarily talking how they would talk in real life. It's a little bit stilted for me, and so that's not my favorite part. And the acting's fine. Again, a show like this, you don't necessarily come to see, these award-winning performances. It's more about the themes, the plot schematics, how they're all kind of fitting together with everything, and then, some of the questions that arise during the viewing of this, and hopefully they'll fill in some of those gaps as we go. Listen, this is definitely not the best sci-fi show out there. I know it's been getting a lot of accolades and people really falling in love with this. I've definitely seen a few better ones in 2024 so far, but I will say this is definitely one of the most interesting and original. One of the things is the time. There's a time clock that certain people see, and it's basically sort of a death clock, counting down. You don't want to let it get to zero, kind of thing. And it's like in their line of vision. So that's definitely interesting. We've seen similar things, I guess, in use in other things, but I think it's utilized very well here. And it's explained pretty well. That's one of the things, by the end of the first episode, I'm like, okay, I get why that's there. I get what this is happening, why this is happening to this person or whatever. So I think the filmmakers and the producers here have done a good job of dumbing this down enough so that the average person can get something out of it. A lot of things on Netflix you can just do 100 things during, you could pay half attention and still not miss a beat. This one, no, this is definitely more dense than a lot of things on Netflix. You want to pay attention, and I think if you do, you're going to be rewarded a bit. All right, so I leave Three Body Problem with a B+. And like I said, season 2 and season 3 are already in the works. I don't know if there's more books to base it on, or maybe they didn't cover all of the book with season 1. I don't know, but in any event, we will look forward to those in the future. All right, thank you so much for watching Dan Reviews It. I'll see you next time.